Hi, boys and girls. I hope you're doing good today. We are going to go ahead and continue working in lesson 49. And the first thing I want to review is the transitivity rule. And that is the rule about writing statements with three values. And so I'm going to show you some examples here on my board. It says 8 is less than 10. So the first thing we need to do is one of these numbers is used twice. Can you see the number that's used in here in both situations? Do you see how 10 is used in both of them? So then 10 would become our middle number that we're going to write here in the middle. And then which number is less than 10 is the number that you're going to write here. What number is that? 8. So we have 8, 10, and what's the number that's bigger than 10? 15. So basically, all you're doing is you're looking for the number that both situations have in common, putting that number in the middle, and then you're basically ordering the three numbers. So the middle number, the smallest number, and the biggest number. Okay? So if we look at putting 10 in the middle, and then the smaller number, so 10 is the middle number. What is the middle number here? B. B is what they both have in common. Okay, and then what one is in common here? The R. So the R would go in the middle here. Okay? Do you see that? All right. So boys and girls, find part 4 in your lesson 49. And if you touch A and you look at your available options here, see if you could pick out which one both of the statements have in common. What do they both have in common? The T. And so T becomes your middle number that you write here. And then we need to then put them in order. So which one does it say is less than T? Well, it says that T is more than G, right? So T is more. So then G is less, right? So you would have G, T, and what would be the big number then? P, because it says here P is more than T. Okay, does that make sense? Going on to B, what are you going to put in the middle? 11. And then what does it say is the small number? So here's 11. What is it saying about 11? It's saying 11 is less than 14. So if 11 is less than 14, where's 14 going to go? 14 is going to be the bigger number, right? So the bigger number, 11 is the middle number, and the small number would be the 9, right? Okay. So then looking up here on my screen, if you read A to yourself, how are you going to read it to yourself? What did you put? T in the middle? P, T, G. Okay, and then B, you had 11 in the middle. 9, 11, 14. Did you do okay on that? Good. All right, and then for part 5, make sure you put your pencils down because yes, I am going to time you. I'm going to give you 1 minute to complete this. So put your pencils down and wait until I start. So before we begin, these are problems for families with a small number of 9 or 10. And you're going to say the facts for each problem in the first 2 rows before we begin. So looking at the first one, you have a plus 9 Remember, you can use plus 10 to help you, and then just go back one number. So 6 plus 9 would be the same as 6 plus 10, take away 1. What is 6 and 10? 16. Take away 1 is 15. Okay? And that, you can do the same thing here. 10 and 7 would be 17. 1 less is 16. Okay? What about here? Remember, we have a small number of 9 or 10 here. Do you see the small number of 9 or 10? No. So do you think this could be 9 or 10? Yeah, it's going to be 9 or 10. So would 8 and 10 be 17? No, that would be 18. So it must be 8 and 9, right? What about 11 minus 2? We have a 9 or a 10 that's missing, right? Would 10 and 2 be 11? No. 2 and 10 would be 12. So it's got to be 2 and 9. Okay, next we're going to plus 10. Well, you could use plus 10 to help you with this. So 8 and 10 would be 18. 1 less is 17. Going down to the next row here. 17 minus 7. Let's see if you take away the 7. What's left is 10. 15 minus 5. If you take away the 5, what's left is 10. What about this one? 15 minus 6. What can you do for that one? It's either going to be, your answer here is got to be 9 or 10, right? So would 10 plus 6 be 15? No, 10 plus 6 would be 16. So it's got to be 9 plus 6, right? Over here, we can try plus 10 to help us, right? 6 plus 10 is 16. 1 less is 15. And the last one that we're going to do together right now. So this could be a 10 and 8 would be 18. 1 less is 17. Okay? So those are some strategies that you can use to help you when you're working out your little time drill right now. Okay? So in just 1 second here, so I am going to give you 80 seconds to complete these problems. So 1 minute and 20 seconds. And your time starts now. Go. And time is up. So go ahead and put a line after where you left off. And if you're not quite finished, you can put the video on pause and go ahead and finish the ones that you need to. And then you could come back and we can check it, okay? So now you should be finished by this point. We're going to go ahead and check the problems. So 6 plus 9, 15. 9 plus 7, 16. 17 minus 8, 9. 11 minus 2, 9. 9 plus 8, 17. 17 minus 7, 10. 15 minus 5, 10. 15 minus 6, 9. 9 plus 6, 15. 8 plus 9, 17. 7 plus 9, 16. 16 minus 6, 10. 11 minus 1, 10. 16 minus 7, 9. 8 plus 9, 17. Now we're going down to P. 15 minus 6, 9. 9 plus 7, 16. 17 minus 8, 9. 15 minus 5, 10. And 6 plus 9, 15. Go ahead and write the number wrong in the box. If you wrote 0 in the box, you did wonderful. If you wrote a 1 or a 2 in the box, you also did very well. If you weren't able to finish in the given time, or if you got more than 2 wrong, then this would be something that you'd want to spend some time practicing, okay? And that would be adding and subtracting problems with a small number of 9 or 10. Okay? So guys, just as a quick review, when you are going on to your independent parts here when we're finished today, I just want to quickly review how to do this. So remember, the first thing that you need to do here is you're going to need to label these with a T, an R, a C, or an S. And so let's just review the shapes real quick. This is a triangle. This is a rectangle. And remember, a rectangle means that it has 4 sides to it. Okay? What about number 3? That is a square, and it's also a rectangle. Because remember, a rectangle has 4 sides, and this does have 4 sides. But in addition to being a rectangle, it's also a special rectangle because all 4 sides are the same, which makes it a square in addition to a rectangle. So for this one, you could write R and S. Okay? What about 4? Circle. What about 5? Rectangle. 6. Square and rectangle. 7. Circle. 8. Triangle. And 9. Square and rectangle. Good. I will display that. And we are going to actually end here for today, and we'll pick back up tomorrow on the textbook part. Bye, boys and girls.